Alright guys, welcome to another vlog. We are here working on the Sideways Experience S15. So I'm going to strip the engine out, get the gearbox out, get the diff out, and I am going to send the clutch back to Direct Clutch in Australia. They're going to rebuild it. In this video I'm just going to be just quickly tearing this car apart, and the great thing about drift cars is they come apart easy. So yeah, this shouldn't take too long, maybe an hour to pull the engine, gearbox and diff out of this thing, and that should be on the floor.
Okay, you fucking with the facts. So are you ready for the best? Said, are you ready for the best? Let's go. Yeah, I said I got this, I'm in it. I'm hella filthy, so I got this, I'm winning. I'm not a quitter, so I'm not fucking quitting. Just try to stop me and you'll drop.
Alright guys, so check this out. This is quite cool. If you're building a car of this caliber that you've always got to pull your gearbox in and out, make sure you put quick release on the clutch. That way you can have clutches in and out on your slave cylinder. You don't have to rebuild it. It's a matter of just grabbing that. So a matter of just pulling that back, pulling that off. Done. Clutch has bled up still. No air has got into it, so I can just reconnect that and it's good to go. We will bleed it because obviously we put fresh fluids through everything before the new season, but that is really handy when you got to pull a gearbox out really quickly, and when you're between rounds you don't want to really bleed your clutch because it's a pain. Alright, next. Yes, I'm pulling the gearbox out.
Like the shit up. I got this, I'm on it. Give me 5 years and I got what I wanted. I'ma go ahead.
That's one engine out. How are we doing for time, Victor? I think we're a little bit over the hour, but close to it, I guess. But yeah, engine, gearbox, diff out, plus the body panels. Let's call it a night, I guess, because I'm hungry. Victor's cold. I guess we'll end it here tonight. Alright guys, it's now after last night pulling the engine, gearbox and trans. I'm just gonna pull the clutch off because I need to get that sent back to Australia ASAP so it's back in time to get it rebuilt. So I'll just quickly whip that off and then we'll be able to inspect it, and I'll tell you why it's getting rebuilt. Alright, so the clutch is out, and to explain why this clutch needs to be rebuilt, it doesn't need to be rebuilt because they have like the intermediate plates and stuff like that, but this clutch is set up in a way so you actually adjust it, and it's adjusted via shims on this pressure plate. So usually when I first get these clutches from Direct Clutch, they come with a couple of 10,000 shims on these posts, which adjust the clutch fingers and where they're supposed to be, which changes like where the actual pedal is. So the more the clutch wears, we pull shims out to get this back into the right spot. As you can see, there's plenty of meat on these clutch discs, and the intermediate plates aren't too bad. There's a little bit of wear on them and stuff like that. So we'll send it back to Direct Clutch in Australia. They'll machine the flywheel. I'm not sure if they machine these or just give us new ones. We'll see when they give it back to us. But pretty well they need to take off about 20 thou off these posts to reset this clutch. I've got another set of clutch discs and intermediate plates ready to go for it, worn the same. So yeah, we'll send it back and hopefully get back a good clutch. The next thing we're going to do is actually pull apart the G-force and try to get some part numbers off it, because there's a few things I want to replace. This has one brass fork, shifter fork in it, so the brass forks have been known to bend and flex under shifting, so I wanted to get a stiffened hardened steel one. So no flex, because the fast shift between second and third in this car is a little bit how you're going. It doesn't go in all the time, so just want to make sure that doesn't happen this year and I can fully commit to just smacking up gears. We'll get this apart, and there's another thing on this gearbox. I don't know if you can see that, yep. But that rear housing's cracked, so got to get it onto RTS to send me a new one, or I just weld it up. I'm thinking maybe I just weld it up because these aren't too cheap, just these rear housings, so I may just weld it up. Alright, so we just pulled the top hat off the G-Force. Not exactly what I was expecting. I told you guys about the third gear problem I was having that I didn't really like, so I might get it back on the G-Force about that and see what they reckon. But second gear has taken a massive beating. We knew it had some chips on second gear last year, but it's got a whole bunch more. I guess that's just down to, from first, that second gear shift is super hard versus the third gear shift's a little bit softer, and fourth gear shift's pretty hard, but we're not going into fourth as much as like first, second, thirds. In the G-Force, they're pretty simple. Everything's just slip on, slip off and circlip, so they're really easy to pull apart. But this is fourth gear, which is 1-to-1, direct drive. It doesn't go through the lay shaft. Then we run third, second, I got it backed up. Yeah, third, second, first. Alright, so first gear is not too bad. Obviously, you're not revving the car up and you're just placing it in a gear, so it doesn't get too much work. But this second gear is absolutely railed. So I don't know if you can see that, but these dog teeth are angled kind of like that. They should mesh together pretty well, perfectly equal, and then constant just like smashing has flattened it. So I would say second gear is probably about to start jumping out, because when those gears almost lock in and suck, like, because they're angled like that, when they smack, they grab, and then they draw into each other. And yeah, this is hammered, so that drive edge there is completely flat, and I would say it's not too far off jumping out of gear. Pretty simple the way these work. So first with the gear selector, second, that goes back to the center, third, fourth, no synchros, just straight up dog rings. Who says I forgot how to work on cars? I do things. Pick this up tomorrow because I've got an early start tomorrow. So I'll cover all this up and continue putting it back together. All right guys, another day back at the shop, and some goodies turned up. Also, I haven't worked on this car because I was waiting on a lot of parts for a while. Those parts still haven't turned up, so it's now the week of. Yeah, I compete this weekend, so I have to get this car back together, running as best as we can for the time being. Still waiting on a clutch. Definitely need that from Australia. Fingers crossed that arrives. I have someone flying over with that. But yeah, some goodies arrived from a good friend and one of our new sponsors for this year. So let's have a look at that. Cheeseburger Racing hooked me up with one of his custom tire racks with our logos and my number in it. Looks absolutely sick, so stoked with them. And everything now underneath subframes wise is all powder coated. I am so stoked. So tonight, we're gonna get this stuff back in the car. So, do you think we stitch it or do we fully weld it?
I don't know. Could just stitch it, I guess.
Can always be cut off if it's stitched. It's a pain in the ass if you go to
Yeah, if you're gonna cut a whole weld,
they cut the whole thing around.
You might as well just order a new set of fucking strut tops and.
Fausto!
His is fully welded.
Did you stitch your top plates in or did you fully weld it?
Fully welded.
Alright, we're fully welded. Fuck, this is gonna take fucking forever.
This guy will steal my fucking plate. I need to take a fucking lease now. guy.
Well, when Just Engineering send me my kit, then you'll get your plates back.
Well, you need order. Then they'll come.
Yo, I only got the code today, bro.
No. Then they'll come with the kit. You need to order extra.
Oh.
That's just info.
Oh, yours are already welded in, but. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
He's the strap braces.
Yeah.
So I get the nice clean ones, and Fausto gets fucking.
Yeah, good.
I wonder how much I can weld before it fucking starts to. Oh man, I'm real shaky today.
Too many beers, brothers.
Oh yeah, and the fumes
Oh yeah, you look like you're having a good time in that helmet.
from the paint underneath is just like straight in my helmet. It's hurting my eyes. I can't breathe. Oh, my eyes.
We're just making in that helmet of yours, bros.
Paint fumes that are getting burnt. That's right. I'll just do it as quick as I can. Now all these are welded.
What do I do with the tape you just gave me?
It's right there.
Look there.
It's fine and stuff. So now that's all done. We got to paint it, but the only problem is, the only paint we got, marking spray. So it's getting marking spray. One of the biggest changes we're making this year is this beautiful Just Engineering lock kit. This is actually Fausto's spare kit because I haven't ordered mine yet, but it's obviously a 350Z with front wheel bearing. And yeah, we're going full Just Engineering kit. We're getting rid of the wires fab that's been plaguing us for a whole season.
See how when I see you entering corners.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna take that out. That's not enough.
Jeez, bro, it's like a freaking forklift.
Yeah.
Another night finished at the workshop. So I think it's like 11:30 right now. Cars aligned. Just Engineering's set up. Obviously that took a lot of messing about, so it took us a long time to get that sorted. But yeah, the car is on. 4 wheels. So tomorrow all we gotta do is hook up the engine, put the gearbox in. I've obviously got to go to Tokyo, so I go catch a train down, meet my friend at the airport who has my clutch. Let's see how we go tomorrow. That is our round trip done. Been pretty well on trains, getting this clutch from the airport since about 1 o'clock. It is now 10:30. So I'm nearly back to the car, back to Niematsu, get in the car, go to the workshop, and fit the clutch, load it up on the truck, ready for testing tomorrow. Cutting it close, I'll tell you what. Also, huge shout out to Kai for flying it over, and a huge shout out for Aaron to go and pick it up from Direct Clutch themselves in Brisbane and delivering it to Kai so he can fly it over. And another one. Thanks, Johnny.
All good, bros.
Johnny's been hard at this car, making sure the only thing we really got to do is whack that gearbox in.
You got it set up on the stand for you too, mate.
Clutch and gearbox, we just got to bolt that bell housing on, and happy days. Let's get it done. We are at Ibisu with the S15 finally. We had a lot of issues last night. Oh god, it was painful. We didn't get home till 4 AM. Broken wires in the loom, which was causing a misfire. Took a little bit to find that. Had to pop the gearbox back out because this guy just missed the reverse tab. It's a tiny little dick. So when I'm putting the shifter plate in, so the gearbox had to come out again. Then we had to find 5/16 UNF nuts for the tail shaft because the ones on there were sketchy as. Alright, so I was just at Ibisu testing the car, and I had to travel to the top of Japan to go grab Rob's truck because we don't have a truck for this round. So quickly jumped on a train, had lunch, and now we're here in Amori. Woo! Look what he picked me up in. Ooh. Oofed. Oh, hello.
Hello.
What's going on, buddy?
Your taxi is here.
Hey. Alright guys, I would love to stay and show you Rob's awesome freaking shop, but I can't. We'll come back up here for a tour another day because we've got to get back down and my camera's about to die.